We're live on the newly gated science called Jungle.
And we're here to show our full support to the I'm a Scientist Get Me Out of Here project. Yay!
Hello, I'm Mark Roberts, and I'm the runner-up in this year's I'm a Scientist Get Me Out of Here. So I guess you're probably thinking, well, what made me actually do I'm a Scientist in the first place? Well, I've read about it online and thought it would be really interesting and fun way of actually doing science engagement. And also, because it was online, I knew it was easy to fit around my actual work time.
Hi, I'm Gillian and I took part in I'm a Scientist in March. I found it a very rewarding experience to chat to the students using a medium that they were comfortable with. The web forums were hectic, but the students had a lot of intelligent and interesting questions, and I found it a great way for me to be able to communicate my work to them. I really enjoyed the experience, thank you.
Hello, my name's Scott Grandson and I'm a lecturer in computational biology. I really enjoyed taking part in I'm a Scientist, and it was the first piece of public engagement that I'd ever done, and as well as being very well constructed with great support from the people involved, one of the things that really appealed to me about doing it was that 100% of my time was spent doing the engagement. So I didn't have to travel anywhere, I didn't have to go to a school, I didn't have to prepare in great detail any sort of presentation to give to people. Everything was done at the computer, either from my office at the university or from home. And so 100% of the time spent on I'm a Scientist was entirely on actually the engagement. It seemed to be something that was very useful for the kids. One of the things was it demystified scientists, so as well as actually them asking questions about science, a very large part of the questions that they asked were about us as people and sort of our lifestyle, what sorts of things we're into. So I think it actually made not just science but the scientists themselves very accessible.
I thought it was good because we got to ask them about whatever we were interested in, so it made it better than just learning stuff.
And it was nice speaking to real scientists because it made it real and the experience was really fun.
I'm a Scientist Get Me Out of Here really taught me a lesson about language. I mean, confronted with a chat room, it's quite interesting to try and think about what's the right language to use, because you really need to get to the kids without sounding like you're trying to be one of the kids. And trying to put it across in text speak, but yet being academic, was an interesting challenge.
So many students have never met a scientist, they've no idea what a scientist does. And it was really interesting for them to actually chat to us and find out that we actually are people and we have normal lives. And also to get some idea of the sort of science and things that we actually do. And hopefully inspire them to go on and do science, but at university and beyond.
Before, I didn't realise how many opportunities science would give you. There's so many different jobs that you can go into when you do science and maths and stuff like that.
It also allowed them to think critically about things, so people didn't just give them facts, but everybody seemed to be concerned about how the kids felt about things, how they thought things might work.
The voting was cool because if you voted and then you changed your mind and voted again, the last vote would count instead of the vote that you before.
I mean, one of the things that I think is very true, that as our society becomes much, much more science and technology led, the critical thinking skills of students is vitally important, even if they don't go into science, to actually be able to take part in society and be able to express an opinion, to actually have these critical thinking skills that they were encouraged to exercise during I Am a Scientist is extremely important.